Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast, man. I am ticked off. I was doing my research. I've been doing research on this one story for about 2 hours, and I just threw the stuff down. I said, you know what? I'm going to go by the seat of my pants. I got a lot of gut feelings about this story. I got a few points to make. And on the thumbnail, I'm going to put some phone numbers that have I'm going to block out most of the phone number, but that link up to what I'm going to talk about. This is about Montana officially banning TikTok. The only state in the entire nation out of 50 states, they've banned their residents. Those residents cannot get on TikTok. They can't be provided TikTok. Here's the law. Providers like Apple and Google will be fined $10,000 for each attempt if a user attempts to get TikTok, they'll be fined $10,000. And every day that they provide the service to a user, they'll be fined another $10,000. And this is just in Montana. So there's so many things I could talk about. This is just Montana, not the other 50 states. So they're trying to protect Montanans. They are so concerned about Montanans because I guess they don't think their residents can make choices like the other 50 states about where they give their credit card numbers or where they put their birthday. Like if I go on an app, I can put down any birthday, and I have, and I do. I don't put down I never put down my real birthday. I don't put down my own information. You don't have to, or you give your credit card number. It's up to you. It's a judgment call. This is America. If I want to put my credit card information TikTok doesn't even ask for credit card information. My birthday, where I live, who cares? You can do a search. You guys know this. If the terrible, scary Chinese government wanted information, they could simply go anywhere on Google or any other app and find information on American citizens. They don't have to use TikTok. There's nothing. I signed up for TikTok, and there's nothing personal, and that's my decision. Whatever I want to put out, I could put anything on there. I could say that I'm a woman. I could say that my birthday is 6 months away from my real birthday. I could say I live in another state. I mean, how much personal stuff? I could say I have another middle name. I could say they call me Chuck. I want to go by the name Chuck. I don't have to. It's my call. So, but they want to protect Montanans' privacy and privacy. Let's talk about that for a second. I talk about this since I've been clean and sober. My day is an open book. It's not that exciting. I could tell you, I could bring a camera literally with me 24 hours a day, and I could put it here. I could put it on YouTube, and it wouldn't be censored, and there wouldn't be a problem. Everywhere I go, everything, there's nothing I'm ashamed of. There's nothing I need to hide. The bank, the library, the store. There's nowhere I go. There's nowhere. So what are they so concerned about? Where are Montanans going that they feel they need to shadow themselves, to hide? They want to hide this information. They're protecting their residents from the terrible Chinese communist government. But yet they allow, I'll have a link down below, they allow Nazis to run for government in Montana. That's no problem. Satanists, no problem. But the communist Chinese government, we must protect our citizens. All right, now this is the biggest thing. What about the rest of the country? There's millions of Americans right now. Yes, it's owned by ByteDance in China, but there are millions of Americans every day having conversations on TikTok. And now Montana residents cannot join that conversation. They don't know what other Americans are saying. They're being banned from hearing what other Americans are saying and from talking to those Americans themselves. They are literally being banned. Their freedom of speech is being banned with other millions of Americans. I mean, there's plenty of other apps in this country that are owned by out of country origins. It's a political grudge at the big scary communist country. They want to protect their residents from the terrible evil communism. But hey, Satanism, Nazi, no problem. But what about that? Their residents can't conversate. Millions of Americans every day are having these conversations. So I'm wondering, what's Montana hoping for? That the rest of the country will join them? Because otherwise, their state is being ostracized. Their residents are being ostracized They are literally having their freedom of speech taken from them. They cannot hear what people are saying on TikTok. They cannot respond to those things. Oh, but it's okay. Where are those people going to go when TikTok's taken? Rumble? Truth Social? Wait a minute. So you're not just taking away their ability to talk to other Americans on TikTok, but you're kind of funneling them towards other right-wing media outlets. Okay, let's talk. Like I said, they're literally taking away their freedom of speech. So they don't trust their Montana residents. They don't trust their residents to be able to judge for themselves what information to put out there, where they want to go, what they want to put out there. They don't, if a Montana resident doesn't want the evil Chinese government to get their information, they just don't go on TikTok. Problem solved. But what about those residents that do want to talk and to hear what other millions of Americans are saying on TikTok? You're denying them the freedom of speech. But in Montana, anybody could go. I don't know what the age is. It's probably under 18. I'm guessing they can go to any gun store. Oh, the Second Amendment, you could get whatever you want. Forget about safety or anything like that. What about people's rights to not get shot in the store or the church or the mall? No, that's not a problem, because we trust our residents with guns, but we don't trust them with picking an app where they could hear other people talk. We don't trust them with that. We have to protect them. We have to take away their freedom of speech with that. Unfreaking believable. So I started thinking about this. Okay, so they don't want their Montana residents' personal and private information. They don't want to be scammed, right? Or get evil communist ideas in their head. They don't trust that Montanans can make that decision. They just got to block any thought of communism from their Montana residents, because God knows Montana residents aren't smart enough and wise enough and savvy enough to make those decisions for themselves. Okay, I started thinking back. I get a lot of spam calls on my phone, and I look at this state where they're from because they're labeled spam. And I remember seeing Montana come up over and over again. Wait a minute. And I took screenshots of these phone numbers labeled as spam with the 406 area code from Montana. And I'm going to show you how to use them on the thumbnail. And they're just the last couple of months. So wait a minute. So it's okay for people from Montana to call me and try to scam me in Connecticut and try to get my personal and private information. They can call from that state and try to burn me and get my information. But you have to protect those same residents from the evil Chinese government trying to get that same information. It seems kind of hypocritical there, doesn't it? As you can see, I'm pretty wound up. The thing that bothers me the most is this is denying all the residents of Montana to hear the rest of the country, what millions of Americans are saying on TikTok, and to conversate with other millions of Americans. It's denying freedom of speech. This is unconstitutional. Have a good Friday.